Hello there, my J heads. This is the Juggernaut here. We bring you Sunday afternoon football. Packers versus the Browns. Of course, we have to do some type of throwback.
Finished all of the movies I downloaded.
Let's get out Pocket Monsters.
What about me and your dick? I didn't think you were brave enough to repeat it.
Ian, Chris.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Packers going up against the Browns. And with that, we'll send you up to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, which is where we'll find our broadcasting team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
Thank you, Larry. From the shores of Lake Erie, EA Sports has coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Green Bay Packers and the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoy when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And it's the defense that's really the star of the show. A terrific game last week. They got a shutout on the road. And that's something that doesn't happen very often nowadays.
And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they're led out by the #1 overall pick back in the 2001 draft. He's been around a while. The lefty, Michael Vick.
Early in his career, all we focused on with Michael Vick was his athleticism because he made some eye-popping plays along the way. Now, as a veteran, he understands better how to manage the game and really has a great work ethic about wanting to be an NFL quarterback.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Holding offense.
For having me talk to your buddies.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down.
What you gonna do with that ball, Dick? What you gonna do with that ball, Dick?
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Boom, bitch.
And they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure, but it falls incomplete, and it's second down. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start.
I watched it literally 30 times. And then I just hit play again.
Second down following the incompletion.
Let's go!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And right away, he lost the football. And their defense has got it in their end zone, and that strip may have just saved this ball game for them. Once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it.
And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you've got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown.
Now Steven Gostkowski on for the extra point.
They got straight up.
And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers.
Got one person in the stream. How you doing? Follow if you wish.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Free kick out of
That
bounds.
together right there.
And out of bounds there on the kick.
Oh, it's a shot glass.
Don't want to do shots.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Yeah, that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter.
Well,
You're using your
show
offensive
it to
linemen
Pops.
sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him, sat there waiting for him and made the play. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really doesn't.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler.
Let's face it, we're all going to remember Malcolm Butler from the Super Bowl, the interception that reverberates, the one that denied Seattle back-to-back Super Bowl titles. But he's become a very talented, good player in the league. He's not going to just be remembered for one play.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers sliding out of the pocket. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
So a pass interference here, and this is obviously a call we see all the time, but for the defender, it's becoming almost impossible to play defense in some of these situations.
You're trying to play through the receiver to the football. If there's any contact at all before he gets there, those officials will throw the flag and call interference.
Rodgers now on first down. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera
Damn,
shot.
man.
When you see the
After
grass
my-
or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure.
Damn,
threw it
4th and 8.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
God damn me.
The Packers defense, they ready themselves here.
And now Big Mo's wearing a shirt of their color. They're hoping to continue that momentum in their direction, but maybe another pick.
Who's Big Mo? He's momentum, right?
Momentum, and right now, he's hugging them.
And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That big pig.
And let's get a look at the Green Bay defense.
Terrence Knighton's nickname, Pot Roast, was given to him, and he didn't like it at first. Now he says, don't call me Terrence. Holds down the middle against anyone trying to run the football.
Yeah, it's my big D they going against. Shit. Big D gonna smack him around.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away. And now it's third.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
Let's go!
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Ty Montgomery that time. And it brings up fourth down. On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. All right, this is a guy that needs no introduction to the league. He has been around quite a while.
And it's good that they have him because when he looks around his huddle, he may not have guys with the same experience he has, maybe some of the youngsters, and his veteran leadership should help them along the way.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Stewart. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
And incomplete on the deep ball. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets the tone for the offense.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well. Every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. They'll come out in the pistol. And they'll go on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. And a long way to go for the offense here on 2nd down.
The evolution of Clay Matthews as a player, it's just one that they're going to end up writing books about. He didn't even start until his senior year at USC. He didn't start in high school. And now he's at all-pro level in the NFL. How about the play he just made there?
He has certainly made a name for himself. William Clay Matthews III.
What you gonna do with that ball, Pete?
And he'll give it here to his running back. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Unfortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad. Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken around the 12. Oh, he shifts past him. A great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Browns defense getting ready. They have a little something to build off of from last time with a 3-and-out.
And what they have to build off of? Great confidence right now. Being able to stuff someone on a 3-and-out, you feel like you're in control now. You're doing the dictating. They want to see if that can continue as this game progresses.
Will it continue? We'll see.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down. And now the starting defense for the Browns.
Melvin Ingram is beginning to come into his own as an outside linebacker. Strong, solid, with an excellent first step.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Still second down.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Legal block in the back.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught at the 10. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 57 yards.
Well, they just treated third and long as simply an opportunity to make an even bigger play. Normally, you're just trying to pick up the first down and you know where the sticks are. They took this thing way downfield. Confidence in the receivers to go up and make a play, even with defenders around them.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Rodgers now on first down. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Julius Thomas, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Gostkowski for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And the result, a Green Bay score.
This shit smells good. This shit smells good.
Almost exterminate.
It's not awful. That would take some getting used to. Give me a little bit more time to finish this bag.
Alright.
Then I'll do sake shots with you.
Alright.
Oh, that's different.
It's different. Huh?
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Really doesn't have
And
a...
the Browns getting set to go. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes...
Oh, bitch! Oh, bitch! Fucking A! Damn it!
And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one. 2 plays in a row, the defense won, stacking up the running game. They've got to feel good about themselves, but something has to be in the back of their minds. Are we being set up for something big? They've got to be careful.
And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win, and the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last time when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
On first down, Rodgers. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers. And on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
One receiver left, 2 to the right. Now Rodgers. Going to throw right side here, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Holding offense.
I'm going to make my tablet cover out of it.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him through the flag.
Oh, black light. The colors in it.
Following the flag, first and 20 now.
Our hat.
Stewart is the lone setback. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
Take one on your bucket.
Edge. The motherfucking run play. Out. Fucking screen.
Looking to run it in. Coon trying to ram his way in, but they're going to hold him back at the goal line. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here? And that's the problem with putting a bigger personnel package in. A lot of times it makes it hard to find space. And now you're looking at 3rd and goal.
Now 3rd down and goal from the 1. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
Now this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
Now Gostkowski will come on to try a field goal from the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So they take it all the way to the 1-yard line, but in the end, they opt for 3.
I know if this was a video game, they never would have gone for the field goal because, Brandon, who kicks field goals in video games? But you've got to make sure you get points, and that was as easy a 3 as you can get.
You kick field goal. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. So they get the 1-score, kick off, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Extra point try for Gostkowski. And the lead is now 24.
Oh, none. Who kicks field goals in video games?
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Fumble return.
This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what tell me offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
The point after try for Gostkowski. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more.
31-0.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. We focus our attention on the Green Bay defense as they head out. And to give this time to the tailback. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it. And that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I don't know that it was exactly drawn up this way, but sometimes blitzes aren't just for passes. Sometimes you have run blitzes, and the safety came through clean and took him down on the draw play. Excellent job by the defender diagnosing and making the play.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense is right there, kind of played into their hands. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. And now the Browns get ready as they head back out there. And despite being down on the scoreboard, this unit, they've had some big-time hits.
Sort of like us at practice the other day. I saw you take a running start at that blocking sled. You took it down.
Bounced off like a rubber band.
No, not at all, but you're exactly right. They are doing their job, but they want to add takeaways to it. You need to have more of those to go along with the big hits we're seeing.
By the way, when I tried that and I bounced back, I noticed that you laughed with everyone else. You didn't try to get in my corner.
No. Someone had just told me a joke on the other side.
Right,
I missed that.
Right.
Totally missed it.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside.
Put a little something out on the line for him.
Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Like I said, take a little something out there on the line for him.
1 quarter in the books. It's the Packers on top early. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
31-0.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football, and they've got it here with a 1st down.
Player smashed my ass the very first game.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
The game after Nick, after that one.
Rodgers now on 1st down. To the right side here, the tight end Thomas. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Rodgers to throw once more. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
Steps away to his left. And he's got some space here. Whoosh. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Pass incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
That's just flat out a terrific play because it's rare that you see a hitch route batted down. That means someone read that one really well and was right on the spot when the ball got to the receiver.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And that is incomplete here.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. His pass caught at the 4. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space.
And he loses the football a 2nd time. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Going right side here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Mike Wallace, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are pouring it on.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And this time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Well, give it to him right up the gut. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
But there's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Let's go!
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. This one complete. It's C.J. Fedorowicz. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40-yard line. So the offense has it 1st and 10. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to Talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Stop made there by Julius Peppers. Second down following the run.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And, oh, my goodness, he loses it again. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now a shotgun snap is nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Taking it right down Broadway. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Gostkowski for the point after.
47-0.
And the route is on here in this first half.
48-0. 9:59 left in the half.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over.
With the white Green Bay shirt on, with the big ass G on in the middle of the titties.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in a running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. On second down, they run with Stewart. Try to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit. Even though I'm not rooting for either team, that was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
He can run for it, and he will. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to make a fourth down.
And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field. Their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanking it, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
And the move from Mike McCarthy is going to be to keep the offense on the field here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it. Here's Kuhn, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The fullback dive held up short, and this Browns defense stands tall. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions.
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Stephon Tuitt in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
The offense ain't winning the
offense is going to throw
game.
the ball on this part of the field. Any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points.
And a loose football.
Illegal block in the back.
Offense almost all 48 points scored by my defense. That should tell y'all so. Y'all might want to keep the fucking defense on fucking
They
field.
come out here in the eye. On the give, this is their fullback. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit.
I fool stepped into fucking end zone.
And the route is on here in this first half. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
It'll be 45-0. 45-0.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
Go do with that ball, big.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still,
Don't do with that
a good
fucking
first
ball.
down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. So after that big game, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
So much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. That'll bring up second down.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it, or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game is why they're losing right now. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Give him 7 on the play, and just like that, it's third down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And that's complete. It's Sims. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
I can illegally. I think it's going to be Dante Hightower again. It might be Dante Hightower again.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
They run again with Morris. And he's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Holding. Offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
They
like to talk about defense in terms
doing.
of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And they are going to set up shot at the 32-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality to score?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
You have to have guys who can limit the other team's number of plays run and possessions. And no better way than an interception. And what a great way to break into the league.
And now the Browns offense trots back onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in.
Rush and he's taken down. Stephon Tuitt in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. So a pause here for us as well. Time to pay some bills. More from Cleveland after this.
$85 zip.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a feeling those highlights will be pretty one-sided, too.
I think you're right, partner. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And the ball is knocked out.
Yeah,
but fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. Almost like
Quit
it's almost
giving
like
the
baseball.
fucking ball
Guys
to your
at bat,
running
people
back.
on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through
running
and
back
picks
just
him up.
And avoids the turnover. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far.
Montgomery's MVP. Most valuable player on my
And he
team.
gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be
Montgomery's my
returnable
best
as
player.
it sails out of bounds.
He plays for the, maybe wearing the Browns uniform, but he really plays for the Packers.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Another pistol look here. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And that one is incomplete. He just dropped it. But they're up big on the scoreboard, so maybe he can chuckle about later.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with...
And look at this, it's a fake.
Shit.
It's brought in by Bolden. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Always enjoy a good fake, but I really enjoy it when he throws the football from punt formation. Now, you were a kicker and a punter in high school. Did you ever do that?
Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
They're trying to keep us at a fucking field goal range.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
He's thrown 1 interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does, and that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense.
So
that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaunt alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout, and now we're set to get going. And this is picked up by the Browns. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Browns don't have much to hang their hat on after the first half. The Packers took control of the game, and unless something drastic changes, it seems like they might be able to coast to victory. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Browns opening up on offense. They're going to get to the QB once again. Packers recover the ball and return it for a touchdown. They strike first in the half. Now to the middle of the first. The catch in traffic made by Jordy Nelson. And he'll end up at the 10-yard line before being tackled. Later on the drive, Rodgers got the completion here, and that goes as a 10-yard touchdown. Packers up now by 14. First and 10, Peppers gonna jar the ball loose on the sack. Packers would pick it up and score as they continue to dominate. Offense on the field now after the fumble. A fantastic one-handed catch made here. And this goes 20 yards for the score. The Packers way in front. Browns take it early in the second. We're going to get a fumble here. Packers recover the ball and return it for a touchdown. As the blowout is on. Browns have it midway through the second. The ball's going to come out on the run. Packers end up picking up the ball and scoring. Continuing a high-scoring half. Third down from the 26. Vic's going to find his mark, and he ends up at midfield before he's stopped on the play. Browns would later lose possession on a forced fumble. Now waning seconds of the half. And he'll eventually be brought down, but not before getting to the 37-yard line. So that'll do it from our EA Sports Studios. Let's get you back up to Cleveland as we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Stewart is the lone setback. He's going to get the football. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. Wesley Woodyard there on the tackle.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Now Rodgers. No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there.
Why don't you talk about them fumbling?
Yeah,
How
that was
about
close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now Rodgers rolling to his left. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down.
And I'm talking about them fumbling.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
It's taken to the 26. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe
and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
It's 6.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around. And we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They go play action here on first down. This will be caught at the 2. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Cole Beasley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those
Oh, y'all giving him that
This
damn
is the
ball.
second consecutive week as you look at the numbers that he just doesn't seem to have the same pop as we normally see him with.
Is there an injury we don't know about?
That's what I'm wondering.
Because that's a legitimate question right now. We're used to speed, power, all coming together. And what I've always loved about him is his vision. You know?
And he lost the football. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But I think Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here. So now we have Edelman slow to get back to his feet. Appears to be shaken up.
Edelman is down.
While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
No, Montgomery was probably the whole motherfucking team.
It looks like the
last
Packers
week.
have added an extra DB on third down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner in there to record another sack. Their sixth of the afternoon. And why do you go out and trade for a guy like this defensively? Well, an instant impact in your pass rush is reason number one.
And let's think about it. You want a guy who can create big plays for your team. Takeaways, fumbles, you name it. That's what you want from a big-time player on the defensive side of the ball.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is brought in at the 21.
Watch the legal block in the back. Return to. They expect the right. That's what most of the people are.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
That's
and
interference.
this one is incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
They put together wrong.
So pass interference on the defense. And Charles, this is a penalty we see all the time.
The offenses know what they're doing. They know how to create great matchups. And defenders, if you're not there in time, they will throw the flag.
Not it.
319! 319! On first down, Rodgers. His throw incomplete.
Come on, Jordy.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on first down.
And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that in the end zone, a big-time drop.
He hits Beasley right side. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
Whether you play West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense has got to be a little bit better, a little more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
Factored in.
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football, but today, because he's been hit a few times, he's getting rid of it a little bit too quickly.
3rd and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
There you go. There's Super Saiyan 4.
So the hard count gets them there. Neutral zone infraction.
Yeah, the defense thought they had the timing down, but the quarterback hit him with a hard count, got him to jump.
Offense faces a 3rd and medium with 6 yards left.
Let's go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he gets it to Funchess complete. They give him 12 yards and a first down.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers.
Great things in the deal to take.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Stephon Tuitt in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Said the skins and pros and shit. Of course. You get a tail. You get a fucking tail. Ooh.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
I like the fucking,
Let's go.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
About the university.
And the yellow flag hurts this offense, and now they face a tough 3rd down.
Let's go.
Say a 4 situation.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going deep here for Stills.
Hey.
And this throw will be intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time in their quarter, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
I agree with you totally. No one is going to on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3 in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking. I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down.
Can't wait to see that gameplay on that motherfucker.
1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Rodgers going to throw. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, no credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And this one caught by Beasley. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. So a bit of a struggle here in this one after the great week last week. And after the last drive, I looked over. I don't think our camera saw it, but he just kind of went over by himself on the end of the bench. You could just tell visibly frustrated.
And that's probably good that he went by himself to gather his thoughts as opposed to going up and down the sideline, raging a little bit, demanding the football, wanting to know what was going wrong. That could really cause problems amongst the team. But I like that. Down there by himself, trying to work it out, and I think he'll get in the huddle and say, all right, let's get this thing figured out. Tough going so far, though.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Being chased out left. And some room to roam now. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Motherfucker.
Block in the back. Offense.
Get the brother down.
Offense comes to the line now, first and 10. Following the penalty, here's Stewart. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because then you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And that one is incomplete. He just dropped it. But they're up big on the scoreboard, so maybe he can chuckle about later. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Here's Rodgers. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
To throw is Rodgers. That's caught at the 1. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
319! I got a left. Go.
2nd and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. Now Stewart. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. From back at the 3 now. This is 3rd and goal.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Packers. Julius Thomas with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Packers continue to roll.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Tangled. Live action Cinderella, which I've never seen before. That one was really good.
Extra point try for Gostkowski.
And a couple others. The only one I haven't watched this on my list.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
The only one on my list that I have not watched yet is Fantastic.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1.
Oh, and I watched.
And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
What was it?
And back out onto the field comes the Packers defense. And the interception for them the last time, and that turned into 6 points.
You think during their break they reminded the offense that, hey, we helped you guys out. You know, they want to see if they can do it again for them. They're putting together an entire team game by how they're playing on defense.
So the interception, the last drive, what will happen here?
Let's go.
Fucking stripper pole.
And on the ground they go with the running back.
He almost
It's a
goes down in
fumble.
the middle.
Fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. But calling luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
No, I will say.
I know, Russell was like, you just watched Beauty and the Beast like last week. And I'm like, right? And he goes, so soon? And I'm like, dude, when I watch the cartoon, I watch it 30 times over. Literally. It ended, I hit play again and just kept watching.
Damn, Julius Peppers.
Come on, baby.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. He'll drop to throw. And finding Fedorowicz. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. They'll give it to him right off the gut. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And they'll run it here. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down. 10 yards to go on 3rd.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. And then for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the plate.
Now the ball comes loose. And this is going to be Packer football.
I know the attention is going to be focused on the offense, but what about the defense? This is a situation that they pride themselves on, the ability to take the ball away in a key spot.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Pass interference. Defense.
Certainly some contact there, and that's why there's a penalty on the defender for pass interference.
So hard to time it up for a defender to hit the receiver when the ball arrives. Got there a little bit early on that one.
Red zone opportunity. Now Stewart on 1st down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
From the 4-yard line, it's 1st and goal now. Now a handoff. This is Stewart. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Jonathan Stewart, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. The point after try for Gostkowski. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. Moore now on the return. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And here are the Browns now as the offense comes back out onto the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think?
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line.
It's not exactly round and round we go.
Why is he getting the ball still?
I'm looking at the poor defenses. All right, back-to-back possessions.
Yes,
the ball's turned over.
Back-to-back plays.
I mean, just that quickly. And you think you're going to the bench to get a little break, and all of a sudden you're hearing sudden change. Get back out there, grabbing your helmets and running back out on the field. I don't think it's going to affect them much now. But if this keeps up, you're going to have two very angry defenses. You want the offense to take care of the ball.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Now a 10th carry for Jonathan Stewart. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Better than 10 fucking fumbles.
And now it's second down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Rodgers to throw on second down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
So out comes the field goal team once more. This one from 35 yards away. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got a key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
And now the Browns coming out on the field.
If y'all give to Montgomery, if y'all run that ball with Montgomery, what my fucking
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
Holding offense.
Time for the fourth quarter.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
And that's another stop for their defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
Wow.
Give him 8 on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Yeah, they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
1 receiver left, 3 to the right. On play action, it's Rodgers. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And with this guy, I don't know that you're surprised when he has back-to-back games like this. He just keeps excelling.
What I like about him is that every year he doesn't settle for being one of the best in the game. He tries to make himself better. Almost like those great basketball players. I remember hearing about Kobe Bryant wanting to add something to his game every offseason. Magic Johnson, what do I need to work on to get better? Michael Jordan had that fadeaway before his career was over. Those are the best. Even though they're at the top of their game, they find ways to get better.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Buying time to his left. And he's got room. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the scramble. 42 yards. We know he's got the arm, but watch out for those wheels.
Kind of harkens back to guys they used to call the scrambler and the dodger. This guy can make it work with his legs.
Field opened up. He took advantage.
Single, slot. Hey.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. Mike Wallace, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Forced out to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play. And that'll make it third and goal.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now a play fake. Rodgers out to his left. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up fourth.
That bad bitch.
So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. And remember, he had one blocked earlier.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
82-0.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
What the fuck they going to do with that?
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And 3 out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. Little soul searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And oh, he coughed it up. And to the left side, Fedorowicz has it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes.
It's not a game.
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. One receiver left, three to the right. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and it didn't do it very often.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Rodgers again now. Dancing to his left. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, a 3-yard touchdown run. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right.
That's
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And the Browns getting set to go.
Didn't do it.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Oh, now you're going to throw.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. They'll get 16 yards there. And the Browns are going to have a first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. And Julius Thomas getting ready to go again. And this is how the game has trended for him numbers-wise. He's really picked it up. And I got to be honest, I don't know schematically. This is where I need you. What does the defense need to do to get back to that start that they had on him?
You've got to harass him early in his route. Right off the line of scrimmage, someone needs to be there. So it's not what we call a free release where he just gets into the route so easily. Because once he builds up momentum and speed, forget it, you're done. Knock him off of that, chip away at his timing, and then make sure you have a second person there in the vicinity as well. Too big and too strong usually for one person to handle. So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Now it's Rodgers. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And that one good for 16 yards and a first.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get, but I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And this one's incomplete. The tight end, Julius Thomas, the intended target. And now it's third down.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition in practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too.
Brandon, that play ended so fast. It's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackle was there right away for a loss of yardage.
So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And we put our attention now on the defense for the Packers. Forced the fumble last time, up on the scoreboard, things going their way.
Things are rocking easy now, and they feel good about themselves, confident, taking the ball away in the last possession. They're going to try and do it again.
So let me ask you, can you be playing free and that can be good, or it can also become bad, right?
I like the way you put it. You're exactly right. It can work both ways. Sometimes you get too loose and give up big plays and not handle your responsibilities. But oftentimes when you're playing free and easy and locked in, as they are today, you see the end result.
He'll try again with the Army. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Clay Matthews in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Well, it was second long, now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Here's Brett Kern now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That's taken at around the 40. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. And now the Browns defensive unit tries back out. And a field goal surrendered the last time out. Just by and large, are field goals wins for the defensive side?
They certainly are in today's football because offenses are so tuned up and usually have the ability to strike almost at will. And when you're only giving up 3, you feel like it's almost like basketball. You're trading, right? I give up 3 on my end. I'm counting my offense to get 6 on the other, and that is a win.
Yeah, it's a win for the kicker, too, I guess, if he makes the field goal, right?
No doubt about it. He feels good about things, but his team feels like they settled.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The target that time was Vincent Jackson. And now it's 2nd down.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to.
Oh, my God.
Not the chair.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. That's caught. It's Thomas. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And look at the numbers. A repeat performance. It seems right now it doesn't matter how many guys they're going to put on him. He's going to catch the football.
And when you hit that zone, and that's what he's in right now, where everything is working well for him, and I think it's in combination with what the offense coordinator is doing. He's a primary target. He looks at his play sheet, knows he wants to get him the football, and has designed some routes effective for the last 2 weeks. He's really been fun to watch. All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away, an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
This will be caught just inside the 10. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off the drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys did not play offense.
Well, it's hard to put your finger on whether this is something to celebrate or something maybe the offense is embarrassed by, but that's now 6 field goals he's made in this game alone.
Yeah, he's bailed them out quite a bit so far, but it's very comforting to know that you have a kicker that's got your back.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got it over the middle. Fedorowicz.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So roughing the passer, 15-yard penalty.
And you notice how the offensive line responded. A couple went to check on the quarterback, and a couple went to the guy who hit the quarterback. No one likes to see their quarterback hit.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That's caught. Fedorowicz. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. C.J. Fedorowicz, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defenders are going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much count to him, and that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Cleveland.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
This is
and Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one
to Super Sim. The fuck? That's just watching your movie.
I am.
Oh. Multitask. $101, $102. That is
The
game.
storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
Where in the hell was DeMarco Murray during this whole fucking game?
So for Green Bay, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.
See y'all.